morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 13 of 9, episode 2, Sora iro sora uta sora no oto. Thankfully I did it first time today. Last episode was interesting where we had a lot of information and a bit more story about Haruka as a character and a bit more about her personality, split personalities, and how she is as a person, which is interesting. So yeah, it started off with them inviting Kujo, Haruka, and Sora all together as a little lunch party type thing where they just wanted to eat lunch together. Spoke about various things, about Rigveda, about Commander, as well as spoke a little bit about herself in regards to her she never spoke about her power once. She spoke about her personality in a sense, where normally she's the main one in control, and yet she allows her other self to come out when met with her boy. One thing is interesting is that she at first just wanted to find somebody else to be friends with, but Commander took advantage of that, told her to reach out on the forums, which is where that connects to the first playthrough. So what was interesting, that makes me think about the first time they met, Kakeru and Haruka, where she was surprised at first to see him as a boy, but it looked like she was willing to talk and be friends with if it was a girl, as shown with Sora. When she first started speaking to Sora, she was open, kept her timid self to herself, and was able to seemingly be friends. As compared to Kakeru's point, she inevitably had to resolve to her queen mode, which was interesting because there's a connection here, funny enough, where sure, Haruka's queen mode first referred to Kakeru as, I can't remember the correct terming what they used, but the knight in shining armor type of phrase. That is what Haruka in the first playthrough kept referring to Kakeru as, and kept trying to win him over. At this point, it's unknown if that was her personal opinion trying to pull him to their side, or if this was tied to Commander's overall plan. It's hard to tell, but I feel like it's more of a personal thing. And then this time around, this playthrough, the reason why I say it's connected is while they were talking amongst each other here in the Kakeru's place, because they invited Haruka to have supper with them. So Kujo and Sora try to ease Haruka's worries, saying that Kakeru's harmless. He helps people in a time of need. He's helpful, kind, all these types of characteristics. And when they were talking about the time Kujo was saved in the fire by Kakeru, Haruka had the same phrasing, the knight in shining armor, obviously in their words. So that made me think, okay, so there was a bit of a connection, a bit of a feelings. That's where it starts in a sense. Obviously, she still feels quite scared of Kakeru, which we also know why that is the case, is because she was bullied when she was young, possibly 8 to 10 years old. It's hard to estimate because I don't know the age. The set age that is used in elementary school, because obviously Japan, America, those schooling systems are different to where I am. So I'm not too sure where elementary is. I think it was actually probably 7 to 9, but I might be mistaken. But regardless, I feel like when we get to Haruka's roots in terms of the game, either 3 or 4, I haven't looked it up, I haven't bothered to look it up. Not really caring much. It's actually a long intro, I do apologize. But it's interesting where I feel like their playthrough is going to start roughly around the cafe meeting up with Kakeru, or it's going to start up around about here. The reason why I believe that is their connection with Kakeru is starting to ease up from here. Obviously it's not completely gone, but it makes me interested to see how, when somebody who's that terrified of boys and has communication disorder, how are they able to get together with Kakeru in the end? It makes me really look forward to it. So it's a bit on the bit derailed, but oh well. Yeah, that's roughly where we are now. They're busy talking about minor things here and there, as I'll be about to read here now. We mostly talk about insequential things. Sora will bring up a topic, and Kosaka Senpai will timidly answer, with Kujo sometimes slipping in to lend a helping hand. Haruka Senpai is still clearly uncomfortable, but I feel like she's doing a lot better already. Our plan to win her over is proceeding smoothly. However, despite Sora and Kujo's injunction, I can't let her leave without at least asking a few questions about those Rigveda guys. I understand why Sora wants to take things slow, but the group's other 2 members could be murderers. For all we know, they've already selected another target. They could even be after Kosaka Senpai herself. So he's still not 100% towards his sister yet, in terms of his mentality, I guess you could say. We can't afford to wait. Thanks for cooking for us.
ごちそうさまでした。ごちそうさまでした。おそ松様でした。
By the way, I purposely wait for a lull in the conversation. Sora apparently gets my intentions since she shoots me a sharp glare, but I ignore her. Kosaka Senpai. What do you plan on doing from now on? Keep working with Rigveda?
ちょっと兄やん。
She's been trying to figure that out for herself, I think. That's why she came to you, Sora.
まあ、
Oh, sorry about that.
そうかもだけど。
But she doesn't know how to bring it up, and she's actually hoping we will.
まあ、そうかもだけど。
I get it if you don't have an answer yet. That's fine. But I hope you'll at least hear me out. I could be wrong, but from what I can see, you're leaning towards leaving Rigveda. Those guys are pretty aggressive, and it doesn't sit well with you. I can see why you'd want to leave. However, if you tell them you won't cooperate with them anymore, they might make you their next target. Yeah, I think I mentioned it slightly last time as well. It's one of the reasons, because we don't know who the evil eye user is. It could be one of those two.
そっか、そうだね。協力できないって言った途端に適任って、かなり過激な考え方をしているから。
Not only does this say, how about this? Not only are we insinuating that those guys, Rigveda, are bad, We're even putting it even more so that we're making it as if Rigveda can't trust their allies by saying, yeah, they can easily target you if you say something wrong, in a sense. So it works even more what they want. Yeah, if that happens, regardless of whether you're working with us or not, you'll have to fight them. Naturally, we'll do everything we can to keep them from harming you, but I can't promise we'll be able to protect you from them. What's interesting is now, from what we know, her power isn't a fighting ability, as you could put it. None of ours are, in a sense. The only one we can hopefully rely on is Noah, which we don't even know that one either.
相手の能力も分かっていないものね。
Considering how confident they were doing our confrontation the other night, their powers must be useful in a fight. And while Yuki appears just as confident, she hasn't told us about her power yet. There's also a big gap in experience between our two groups. Those guys have probably already tested their powers on people. Powers that can kill.
ちょっと兄や、不安にさせたいの?
In a sense, I am.
おいおい。
She needs to be on her guard. We're dealing with potential murderers here. Kosaka-senpai, you don't like confrontation, right? Maybe you shouldn't work yourself up to leaving. Instead, it might be better if you maintain the status quo.
このままリグベーダに?
It's dangerous, in my opinion. As mentioned before as well, they could see Haruka working with us, and that could see her as an enemy, and then obviously killing her. Using her as a target for this petrification served as a warning. She'll be safer if they think of her as an ally. They might try to harm her anyway, but her odds are much better than if she makes enemies of them. As for us, well, I'm sure you realize this, but we'd like for you to be our ally. However, we don't want to force you to do anything. I just want to let you know that it's okay with us if you want to keep things the way... Sorry. I just want to let you know that it's okay with us if you want to keep things the way they are. Sorry, I thought I misread that. I want you to put your safety first. And one more thing. I didn't get a chance to say this earlier, but thank you. Sora told me that you were the only one who was worried about her when she got caught.
してくれた.
If you weren't there, they might have done something terrible to her. Thank you.
先輩? あ、照れてる? 顔真っ赤.
Oh, okay.
いいえ、照れてなど.
Okay, well, she was. Her changing means she was.
え? は?
There's a sudden shift in Senpai's demeanor. Don't tell me she switched personalities?
感動いたしましたわ。そのような温かいお言葉。かける様は他の殿方とは違いますわね。
Yeah. As soon as I see the Kakeru-sama, the sama part, she really sees him highly.
かける様。ああ、これ完全に変わっちゃったわ。せっかく頑張ってたのに。
But it's a good opportunity. Now we get to see how Queen Mode views all of this. Will she act as a double spy and tell Rigveda all of this? I wonder. As if like one side works with us, the other side works with them. Senpai flashes us a bewitching smile. She really is the polar opposite of how she was seconds ago. How am I supposed to deal with this?
私の数々の無礼な振る舞い、謝罪いたします。それと、かける様の寛大さに感謝を。
Okay.
お礼というわけではありませんが、どうぞ遠慮せず、何でも聞いてくださいな。
Is he going to ask about her power? Because it's quite intriguing. Anything, you'll answer whatever I ask.
何でも。
Or he could just ask some random thing. Yeah. Okay. Tell me what your ability is.
それは秘密です。
Yeah. Oh, come on.
何でもって言ったのに。
何でも聞いてくださいとは申しました。
True.
何でも答えるとは申しておりませんよ。
That is so true.
秘密があればあるほど、かける様は私のことを気にしてくださるでしょうから。
This Kosaka senpai is hard to deal with too, but in a very different way than her normal self. She's got a lot of confidence, and she's pretty twisty with words.
他には何かございますか？
私からいいですか？
ええ、どうぞ。
ユーザーの理想郷、賛同しているんですよね。
ええ、あの時申した通り、能力を好きに使える世界、魅力的ですわ。とて。
それは人を傷つける能力でも好きに使って良いと考えているということでしょうか？
それについてはノーですわね。暴力は嫌いですもの。AF ユーザーは何者にも束縛されるべきではない。その一点で我々の見解は一致している。それだけに過ぎません。
では全面的に支持しているわけではないと。
そうなりますわね。司令官さんにもゴーストさんにも私は従うつもりはありません。
Shitagao is what she used in a sense. I don't know if I got that right, but it's more like, I guess following is quite close to it, but it's more like listening to their orders in a sense. Like following them as specifically in regards to what they say, she won't follow it. Maybe I'm misreading it, but it's what I get from it.
そしてもちろんあなた方にも。
Interesting. So you want to remain neutral, basically.
それはどうでしょう。
Her lips curl into a suggestive smile. There she goes, dodging the question again. Her two personalities have very different goals and different ideas about how to reach them. Because it's interesting, like her other side is veering more towards Valhalla society, mainly because Swordisha, and mainly because it just feels like a better. Obviously, this is my own way of putting it as well. It's just a better community or group or environment, I guess is a good way of putting it. It's a nice, safe environment. We have nothing against people. We are obviously against Rigveda, but we're not targeting people. We're not insinuating violence. We are people who look up to people, helping people. I don't know, it's hard for me to really say, but her timid side is definitely more on this side. While I'm wondering what to do, or to ask next, Senpai suddenly blushes. Did she revert back?
ですが、
No.
初めてですわ。こんな気持ち。かける様には隷属してもよいと、そう思っています。
Huh? You what now?
率直に申しますわ。私、あなた様に惹かれております。
は？
まさしくあなたは
Yeah.
白馬のナイト。私と共にエデンを築くにふさわしい。
So interestingly enough here, the English they did use the knight in shining armor here, but in the Japanese, and I think what words to use before was more about the knight in white armor.
白馬の
Yeah, she's saying the white knight of. He went from knight of
王子の次は
prince to a
ナイ
knight.
トときましたか。
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't knight in shining armor. It was what was it? The white prince or something. I can't remember what the right wording was, but it was definitely prince, not knight. Maybe. I can't remember.
あのような優しいお言葉をかけてくださる殿方は今までいませんでしたわ。ええ、ときめきましたわ。とっても。
Now this is referring back to the part when they first met in the cafe, when she started feeling something to him. But at that time, obviously, she wanted him no matter what, even if it resulted in using her powers. The same thing happened at the time that when they met at the train station. But obviously this time now, they've got Kujo and Sora in the middle here.
え、あれだけでちょろ先輩ちょろ
How do I kind of properly translate choro? I guess easy, like too easy. No, it's not the right word. Simple? Hard to try, hard to do. But yeah.
おいこら、ニーにも何まんざらでもない顔してんの
Are you too?
ニヤニヤしてる。
I hurriedly hide my expression with my left hand. But, like, come on. No one's ever said something like that to me and meant it. You can't fault for me for being happy about this.
どうでしょう、かける様。二人きりの理想郷を作るというのは。
Oh, well...
何照れてんだよ、はっきり断れよ。
I'm not blushing.
ほら、みゃーこ先輩もキレ気味でしょうが。そんなつもりは。
Right, I wonder at this point if Kujo has something from as well. It's because we don't know what happened before the events of this playthrough. So it's hard to see what led up to those events.
どうですか、かける様。私、束縛は嫌いですが、あなた様であれば、首輪も鎖も受け入れますわ。
I feel like in the Japanese they use shackles nearly literally here. I wonder if I might have misheard that. Oh. One thing I was just thinking now is I wonder if this part in the next playthrough, because I'm pretty sure we'll have another playthrough, we'll have... How can I put it? A choice here, a decision to accept or not. Sorry, I'm not really into that. Yeah, okay, so she didn't mean it literally.
そうですか。残念です。
She backs off, surprisingly easy, and smiles at me coolly. She narrows her eyes and meets my gaze.
ですが、どうか忘れないでくださいましね。私にはあなた様を隷属させる力があるということを。
My grin vanishes in an instant. That must mean... Is that your power, senpai?
誘惑っていうか、魅了?
I was actually quite caught up by that actually, and I just think about it. Oh, okay. For a second I thought it said, however, remember, do keep in mind, as if saying that we've already got an understanding of it. But however, do keep in mind that It's this sentence is almost saying remember in a sense. It's like remember that I have the power to enslave you if I so choose. That's what I get from this. It's just a bit weird. Wait, what is the Japanese one now? Yeah. She says wasere nai de kudasai mashine. Mashine. Wasere nai is like don't forget. That's where I got the word from. So I wonder.
あるいは洗脳。
当たらずも遠からずですわね。
Huh. So, interestingly enough, last time our possible choices were these: seduction or charm. Perhaps even going as far as brainwashing. But if none of those are quite right, what exactly could it be? Because what made me think that maybe it wasn't seduction or charm was the time when Sora was chasing Haruka when she was using her power. And then she saw her deactivate her power in class, and everybody went to normal and sat down in class. That made me think, is it maybe it's just not boys, and maybe she can do it to any gender in a sense? That made me think, oh, is it more like a friendship power, or not really friendship, but it reminds me of the power. This might be a slight spoiler for those in regards to Code Geass. This is in regards to Cici or Shitsu's power when she was human. That is regards to her Geass having the power to attract people. But obviously that worked with everybody, and at point it got out of hand. I was just thinking maybe it's something similar here, where rather than seduction or charm, but it's more like attract, or like pulling people into view you as a person in a sense, you know? It's hard for me to say, but I wonder if it's something like that. She gives us that suggestive smile again. I can't tell if we're actually incorrect or if she's just trying to lead us off the trail. She's impossible to read. If her power allows her to enslave others, and she's willing to use it on a whim, then this personality of hers is incredibly dangerous. I never thought of that as a word as well, enslaving. But it's not right either, because from what I can recall, when there were people walking around her with her lunch and everything and tried to touch her, it was almost like they had their mind, not mind of their own, but not, it just doesn't seem like an enslavement type of thing, you know?
もっともあなた方に協力するつもりはありませんが、敵対するつもりもありませんの。
Sorry if I'm talking a lot this episode. On One thing I want to know now is how does Queen Mode view Timid Mode decisions and wanting to be friends with Sora?
いつかはかける様の心を私のものにいたしますが、能力を使わずとも私のこの魅力をもってすればたやすいこと。
言っちゃったよ。魅力って自分で言っちゃったよ。
Oh, also weird pause there. Oh, never mind, she was just undoing this.
何してんの？脱ぐの変態なの？
脱ぐのは構いませんが、できればかける様と二人きりにしていただきたいですわね。
だからいちいち照れるなよ。免疫ゼロかよ。
I haven't. Yeah. Interesting. In the Japanese, that is zero dayo. Like zero. It is zero. I haven't.
切れた。怖い。この人童貞丸出しで怖い。
ささ、お二人とも出て行ってくださいますか？
Wow. I don't think they would.
出て行きませんけど、ここ私ん家ですけど。
No, you don't.
私もまだ洗い物があるので。
Just spewing excuses now.
あら、空気の読めない方々ですのね。
I wonder how their opinions of timid Haruka will be after this.
何？疲れる。こっちの人格疲れる。高坂先輩が苦労しているのもわかる気がする。
苦労？何か勘違いされているようですわね。
Yeah, it didn't seem like she disliked her other personality. As shown, whenever she's having trouble with boys, she lets her other personality take control.
勘違い？
力も女王たる私もすべてあの子が望んだこと。私の言葉はあの子の言葉。私の望みはあの子の望み。おとなしいあの子ならば御せるなどと甘い考えは捨てた方がいいですわね。
Kosaka senpai collects her bag and gets to her feet. She smooths her uniform and bows politely to us.
ではおいとまいたしますわ。お食事ごちそうさまでした。とても美味しかったですわ。
はい、お粗末様でした。
かける様、次は二人きりで私のミサオをあなた様に捧げますわ。
Wow, okay. You,
おうじゃねえよ。もっと毅然としろよ、バカニーニ。
Shut up, you. I don't have to sit here and take that. With a victorious smile, she turns her back to us and glides out of the living room. There's the sound of the door opening and closing. And then, at last, she's gone.
濃かったな、キャラ。普段の先輩と違って自信たっぷりだったね。そしてニーニダサい。アプローチされて照れるニーニクソダサい。
Buzz off. I just didn't know how to respond because it was all so sudden, that's all. I jumped off the bed and plopped down next to Sora. Yeah, maybe I am a bit of a sad sack. But still, she changes personalities in a flash, huh?
そうだね。急に変わったね。どうしてだろう。 そりゃニーヤンが追い込んだからでしょ
Oh, wait, I did? How?
う。優しい言葉かけたからテンパっちゃったんでしょ。それでコロッと言っちゃったんでしょ。ちょろいわ先輩、ちょろいわ。
Nah, there's no way that was enough to...
でも男性って高坂先輩にとって怖い存在のはずだから、新見くんが優しくてびっくりしたんじゃないかな。それでいっぱいいっぱいになっちゃって。
And then she switched over to her other personality, huh? So it really is my fault.
そうだよ、ニーヤンの、いや、かける様のせいだよ。
Hush you, never call me that again.
あの子って言ってた。高坂先輩ももう一人の自分って言ってたし、別人格の区別はしっかりあって記憶も共有してるのかな。霊族ってさ、奴隷にするってことでしょ。朝の人たちってそういうことでしょ。
Yep, think so. It's pretty clear that her confident persona has no compunctions about using her power. That's misspelling, well, I've never seen that word before. My apologies.
やっばいな、もう一人のはるか先輩。敵対するつもりはないって言っていたけれど。
I want to believe her too. She didn't seem all that interested in Rigveda's goals.
でもあれだよね、悪人ではなさそうだなって思った。悪女っぽかったけど。
True. Who knows what she is really thinking? At the very least, I'm sure now that the quiet version of Senpai is a good person.
はぐらかしてたけど中立っぽいし、うまく情報流してくれないかな、あっちの。普段の先輩なら聞けば教えてくれそうだね。
If she is able to tell us their plans and powers, it'll be a huge help. I feel like we can call this progress.
そうだね。別人格はともかく高坂先輩とはいい関係を築けると思う。男子に我慢ゲージ削られなかったら普通に話せるっぽいし、あれだね、ニーにはできる限り接近禁止だね。
That's probably not a bad idea.
人格変わらない限りいつもテンパってて可愛いし。あ、宮子先輩ごちそうさまでした。そうだそうだ、お片付けしなきゃ。
I'll help.
いえいえ、私がやりますので。
Kujo swiftly stacks up our plates and takes them to the kitchen. All that time, waitressing has made her quite skilled at cleaning up dishes. Though I feel a little guilty for not helping, I stretch my legs out and relax.
ちょっとあれだな、ここに連れてきたのは失敗だったかもな。
Why is that?
ニーニが、いや、かける様が襲われる。
Seriously, stop calling me that.
連れ込むなよ、先輩よ。
I'm not dumb enough to do that, moron. Sighing, I lean against my bed. While there haven't been any concrete developments in finding the use of the evil arm, we learned more about both of Kosaka Senpai's personalities, so I guess we made some progress. Her normal personality is nice, but her chastity, whatever.
おい、にやけてんぞ、おい。
Shut up! I'm not smoking.
えろ、こいつ、えろ。
I see. It probably shouldn't be that hard to really properly translate what that meant. Hey, that's going too far. Who do you think you are?
妹様だ、敬え。今のは舌打ちかな？開始ワンパターンか？
You're even more annoying than usual today.
そういうのやめて、マジ飛んでそういうこと言うのやめて。
I ignore Sora and pull out my phone. Considering how uninhabited Kosaka-senpai's other personality is, she'll probably end up telling Rick Vedder that she met with us. The question is, what will they do with that information? I need to be ready to respond to anything they try. I have to protect Kujo and Sora.
おい、構え。退屈だからちゃんと私に構え。
Quiet.
ひどい。
Wow. It's actually quite long. So, we'll end it here then. I actually ended up talking quite a lot this episode, unfortunately, but quite a few things I needed to mention, so I like doing that type of thing. So, again, quite heavily centered around Haruka this time. But this time it was more about Queen Mode's Haruka. We learned a bit more in regards to her views, this side's views I should say. She's still neutral, but more neutral than her ultimate self. Her ultimate self is a lot easier to work with and possibly easier to draw to this side. But I don't think that's a good idea, because as soon as we do, her other side will start going against it. I don't know. But she does have a want towards Kakeru, I guess you could say. That reminds me back to that second part where they met at the train station, where she tried to use her power the second time, trying to take us to a secluded place, or separate us from Kujo, I should say. That makes me think, this time around as well, as soon as we meet the Queen Mode's Haruka, we shouldn't be doing that alone, in a sense. Always have somebody around us. I'm trying to think now. Obviously, there's not much else that we really gathered except for parts about Haruka. Yeah, not much to really go by. But it was interesting information regardless. But hopefully we'll see what will happen this time around. What will she do when we see her? How will her and Sora's connections continue, regardless of that other mode? We'll see, maybe she'll apologize again for her other self's rudeness, I guess you could say. I would expect that next time. Yeah, for now, that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and I'll see you all next time.